with us. If that's how things are, I'm happy to lend you my Earthstone.
This kid's just bringing out power.
What just happened? Did you just take glasses out of your chest?
I have no idea what's going on either.
Just like fireworks.
In truth, I'm just an amateur artist who can't correctly differentiate color the way other people do. But I didn't want to give up on a dream to become a true artist. With the help of friends' powers, I am able to draw anything exactly as it appears, but I still can't seem to tell colors apart. Wait, you said that you can draw now. You can now draw anything exactly as it appears. Is that really something you can just learn overnight? Well, this friend of mine is quite a powerful person. Really? That's kind of hard to believe. Alright, while we have had a good day in Genshin so far, doing the Oimiya Story Quest Part 2, which is really good. We also made some progress on the artist with his dog. But now, like I had said we still need to do, we need to do the main story quest that has the fucking Wanderer idiot in it. So, yeah, apparently need to do, is that? Oh, this is for the event. You got Venti and Xiangling there, that kind of surprised me. But wait, why are they part of it? Anyway, as soon as Scaradouche comes in, we are skipping his dialogue, just completely.
Wait, you're that blonde traveler who's on a journey to all corners of Teyvat, right?
If you don't like me skipping his dialogue, then you might as well leave, because that's what's going to happen. I don't like the guy, I don't care about him. We're just skipping everything that has to do with him. So this will go a lot faster, and yeah. We're not skipping dialogue until then, and I'm probably not even going to be fully invested in this because of him.
Who's asking? Do you need something from us?
You bet I do. I was worried I wouldn't be able to find you. I have a letter for you, you see. It's from another Outlander. He was a crafty fellow, let me tell you. Took advantage of a loophole in our mailing system by opting for guaranteed delivery, then filling in the most obscure mailing address I've ever seen.
Well, we are always on the road, so yeah, it's pretty tough to get mail to us unless we happen to go to the post office on a whim. So, what address did that person give you anyway?
He just wrote, next to a small, white-haired talking fairy.
What? So the address is Paimon?
Yeah, exactly, right? And if I'd failed to deliver the letter, I'd have been bound by regulation to compensate him. Really, he got me good. I count myself very lucky that I ran into you here.
Great, well, let me see this letter.
Of course, here it is. All yours.
Come on, Paimon wants to have a look too.
Why the hell is he here? Why the fuck is Pretty Boy here?
Kaya, huh? So he's here in Sumeru. Now that Paimon thinks about it, Crafty does describe him pretty well.
This is definitely Kaya's style.
From what he wrote in the letter, it looks like he didn't think there was much chance of it reaching us. Or maybe he's just being sneaky. Do you think he's making this sound like a mere Circle of Fate so that we'd have to go meet up with him?
Very scheming indeed.
Yeah, you're right. It's always nice to see old friends. The
I
letter
didn't
says
say
he
that.
hangs out at Jafar Tavern every afternoon. Perhaps we should drop in on him then, huh?
This is the right quest, right? Uh-oh. Wait, what? No, hold on. Wait, whoa. Oh, no, this is the wrong... This is the main... This is the one I'm looking for. Whoopsie. I just did the wrong one. This is the one I'm supposed to be doing. Oh, idiot. No wonder I got so confused. Fuck. That's not good. Just made progress in something I didn't want to.
Alright, I guess I'll go with my textual criticism and your editorial direction for the first draft. I have a feeling that the missing Kabuki Mono will end up being the main focus of this paper. If only we knew where to find that traveler. From what they say about her, this seems like the kind of thing she'd know about.
Looking for me?
Oh, you're the traveler, you say?
Hey, what's with that face? Don't believe us?
If you don't believe me, I'll go.
No, of course I believe you. Actually, I first heard about your great exploits when I was still in Inazuma. This is my first time coming face to face with you and your mysterious silver-haired companion. I couldn't believe my luck, and out of force of habit, I started, examining the evidence. Sorry.
Oh, Sawada, for the love of... Sorry, we don't get out much, so our social skills are kinda lacking. Traveler, I hear you've helped many people a great deal and been to many places. Would you be able to tell us about Tatarasuna?
Actually, we don't know much about that place either. In fact, we only came over here because we heard you talking about it and wanted to learn more.
I see.
Sorry, I can't help this time.
My teacher chose this area of research as a personal challenge. He said it's difficult to get into because even Inazumans don't know much about Tatarasuna's past. But who'd have thought that...
If you don't mind, I'd love to show you all my outline for the book I'm writing about Tatarasuna.
Hold on, Sawada. Don't you think that's a bit of a deep dive for a first read?
Well, fair point. In that case, please ease yourselves in gently by taking a look at Akaba's latest essay draft.
Let me give you some background. This all started with the discovery of some records in Tatarasuna. The writings mentioned someone by the name of Mikoshi Nagamasa, who crafted a fine blade. But in the end, he threw it into a fire to destroy it, and killed his servant Katsuragi. Why? Well, no one knows. Apart from the swordmaker, his servant, and the one who wrote this all down, the records also mention a Kabuki Mono. This seems to be an Inazuman word for an eccentric stranger. Someone who dresses funny or acts in an unusual way.
That's right. Akaba's teacher has spent quite some time researching these events on the ground. This Kabuki Mono lived in Tatarasuna for a while before disappearing without a trace. And shortly afterwards, as Akaba mentioned, things got pretty ugly.
So first this strange person goes missing, then a murder happens? Seems kind of fishy to Paimon.
Yes, my thoughts exactly. So I helped out too. I asked everyone I could think of if they knew anything about what happened back then. And wow, did I get lucky!
Stop shouting!
This part's important. I just wanted to make it stand out. It just so happens that a friend of mine works at the government records office. He looked into it for me, and I can now confirm that all the aforementioned individuals did, in fact, live in Inazuma over 400 years ago. Even back then, Tatarasuna was already at the center of Inazuma's smelting industry. The man in charge was a government official named Niwa. Curiously enough, it seems like he went missing too.
Could it be?
Wait, so there are two missing people in the story now?
That's right! What's more, Niwa is a name with a lot of history to it. Have you ever heard of the great swordsmith clans of Inazuma?
Oh, the swordsmiths? Yeah, like Ishin art and so on?
Wow, yes. You really know your stuff. That makes things easier. So basically, this Niwa was a distant relative of the Kaidahara clan, the last practitioners of Ishin art. Something then seems to have happened in the Kaidahara clan, leading to their downfall. I don't know the details, but taken in light of everything else going on around that time, it makes you wonder whether it's all connected somehow.
The Kaitahara clan?
Sawada, you left out the biggest detail of all.
There's more?
Oh, yes, of course. How could I forget? Brace your minds, ladies and gents, for they are about to be blown. Or maybe you won't believe your ears. I wouldn't blame you, of course, because in all my years as a writer, this is by far the most...
Get to the point, for Pete's sake.
According to information acquired by Akaba's teacher, the Kabuki Mono was not a human, but a puppet.
A puppet?
The Shogun puppet that the Electro Archon made should be ruling Inazuma with her as we speak. It couldn't be her. The Kabuki Kimono has to be the Balladeer, but what was he doing 400 years ago in Taratsuna?
Aha! Judging by the looks on your faces, you do know something after all.
No! Hyman just meant, how creepy. The way you described it makes it sound like a ghost story.
I agree, it does. But considering that non-human races in Inazuma are by no means uncommon, spooky events are to be expected. And that's exactly what my book is about. Please, take a look.
You can pause to read all this. Jesus, this is a lot of stuff.
Oh, and please read my essay draft as well.
Are you fucking...
Sawada was encouraging me to follow his more creative approach, but I think essays should be grounded in facts. I don't think explaining everything away with mysterious forces will cut it. Oh, how about if I plug the holes in Sawada's narrative with political intrigue? Like, I could put a turf war between rival factions at the center of the whole series of events.
Wait, you're allowed to just make stuff up? Pretty sure you've gone from essay to guessay there.
Has this guy ever written an essay before?
Akaba, look. Your teacher has researched this extensively. I've reached out to everyone I could think of. Whatever information we have now is all that there is to know. This is as much detail as you're ever going to get. Besides, if there really was a political power struggle going on at anything like the level you seem to be suggesting, what hope would we ever have of finding out the truth?
Good point. Okay, back to the drawing board, I guess. Give me some time. I need to find a new angle on this.
I'll leave you to
We
it.
have some other stuff to do, so we'll have to say goodbye for now. Good luck with your essay.
All right, thank you. If you find out any more info about all this, please do let me know. Thanks so much.
Hey, so that thing they were talking about, it has to do with the Balladeer, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, then even if we did know something about it, we probably couldn't share it with them, huh? After all, we kicked his butt and got him locked up. Information about people like that is usually super confidential, isn't it? If you ask Paimon, Akaba should just pick a different topic. There must be as many essay topics as there are trees in the forest. There's no point in...
Oh, there's the fucking asshole. What's wrong?
Hey, did you see that? He literally just went by, over there. It looked like... the Balladeer! No, it can't have been. He got locked up. Oh, quick, let's catch up and see.
I can already feel my head caving in seeing this guy because of how much I hate him. About time we get skipping dialogue, because I'm not listening to this bastard. Should have been more than locked up, he should have died.
Traveler, Paimon, there you are. Nahida! Bad news. We just saw the balladeer strolling around in public. Did he escape or... Ah! It's him! Hey!
Shut up.
What are you doing in the sanctuary of Surasthana? Aren't you supposed to be locked up? I know you must have a lot of questions. Please, allow me to explain.
This is where I pay less attention.
It was my idea to set the balladeer free. We made a deal, and he's gonna do some investigation in irminsul for me. A deal? Huh. You sure you trust this guy?
What did you expect? Why do you... But if that's the...
Don't flatter yourself. It was... Nahida said there's still some mysteries in you to figure out.
Ah, so if it were...
Well, that escalated quickly. Not a good start. Could I ask you all to please calm down?
Nope.
But Paimon's...
Whoops, I didn't mean to skip her dialogue.
Try to drive a wedge between us! As long as the terms are reasonable, I don't think there's a problem in making a deal. Even with the balladeer.
Well,
Yes, one in which I gained valuable information. You'll come to understand more about that in the fullness of time. The balladeer's power was all but completely spent after your battle. He's no longer strong enough to be a strategic threat to us. That puts him in quite a precarious position. Plus, he's a former harbinger with knowledge of many of the Fatui's sensitive secrets. Being stuck here in Sumeru could make him a sitting duck, depending on how the Fatui plan to respond. Wait a second. Farmer? You mean he's not a harbinger anymore? I take no pleasure in saying this, but it seems as if the doctor had no intention of welcoming back a loser, so...
So we tossed you out like trash.
sometimes it's you using them. So as long as you have some value...
What a crying shame.
As we discussed, I don't like causing harm to living beings, and you said you need protection. So, why not join forces with us?
He said he needs protection? Nah, this ain't the same dude. You really have gotten a few screws loose when you bumped your head on the ground, huh?
I think these two have made their objective.
Yeah, obviously! Nahida, don't listen to him! Then let's put that discussion to the side for now. We still have time. Today can be a trial run. Where we go from here will depend on how well we manage to cooperate today.
All right.
Good. Go now, and keep in touch.
The fact that this quest can go on longer than the story quest I just did today kind of annoys me.
Nahida, are you serious about this? Yes. I have my reasons for this decision. In fact, I'm largely doing it for your benefit.
For me?
Yes. As I told you once before, there's information about your twin in irminsul. Oh, yeah. Actually, that's the whole reason we came to see you today. So, you have an update on that? Mm-hmm. You may remember me mentioning that the Fatui had not included your twin's details in the Descender category. This is an extremely important point. It's possible that the Fatui have other information that even I don't know about. And since the balladeer used to be one of them, he'll be better acquainted with this information than I am.
Like he would care to tell us.
He was granted the power to connect with irminsul when he almost became the god of a new era. Even though he no longer has the Gnosis, some traces of its power remain in him. He can still connect. The amount of information in irminsul is vast beyond description. Sifting through all of it without knowing what to look for would take too long, even for me. So I asked the balladeer to search in irminsul for any information about the Descenders. He's more familiar with this kind of information, and should be able to find it more quickly.
And what if he lies to you?
Exactly! Or what if... Paimon just doesn't trust him! He's treated us as enemies every time we've run into him! I understand. But sometimes, everything is dictated by which side you're on. How things will go in the future depends on what information he brings back. And Traveler,
I know what your heart desires most of all. Our minds have connected several times before. There is a corner of your heart reserved for an intense longing. A feeling of being all alone in the dark, searching for the one candle whose light still burns. As Sumeru's deity, it is my responsibility to be on guard against the Balladeer. But as someone who counts you as a friend, I want to do something for you. If this deal with the Balladeer can give you the answers you've been longing to find, then it's worth it.
Thank you, Nahida.
It's my pleasure, really. You're Sumeru's hero. You've more than earned it.
Paimon's still worried about this idea. Is there anything we can do to help?
I was going to contact you about that, but then you suddenly showed up on your own accord. Seems like we have a telepathic connection. In fact, I was going to ask you to supervise the Balladeer on my behalf while he carries out the task I assigned.
How great we had to play babysitter with a guy we don't like.
Even though he only has a fraction of his full power left, that's still a fraction of a former Harbinger. If you could accompany him, it would put my mind at ease. Of course, I'll be there to help guide you through Irminsul from the outside.
Got it.
Great. Thank you. Prepare yourselves. I'm going to transport you into Irminsul.
Having to deal with this
It
dickhead.
looks pretty different here compared to last time. The colors are jet.
Yeah.
Look at that. Hot on my...
Oh, shut the fuck up.
Jailbird. No way a prisoner gets to be so smug.
I understand that prison...
Sounds like a successful rendezvous. I need to be quite clear about something. In a few moments, you'll be entering into the innermost region of Irminsul. It is an environment like no other, and the most important place in all of Sumeru. Unlike anywhere else, Irminsul's inner region consists exclusively of torrents of information. You must put aside your differences and be extremely careful as you navigate your way through. I know there are many grievances between you, on both sides, but it is essential that you remain calm after entry. This is as much for your own safety as anything else.
Understood.
Fine. Let's call it truce. But only until this mission's over.
Let's cut each other. Per my agreement with...
You sure are confident. Paimon will give you that. You make it sound like you're even more experienced at adventuring than us.
If there are no or did you need some time to mentally prepare yourselves?
Ugh. The fact I couldn't speed past this dialogue just... Ooh.
Ew! Ugh. The snark on this guy. It's unbearable.
Focus on doing your job.
We can start now.
Irminsul access...
Is this a small sapling? Oh, darn it! Come on, let's catch up with him.
God, I really hate this right now.
Wow. So this is the inside of Irminsul.
It's different than what I imagined.
Ooh. Paimon's never seen anything like this. And it feels like a sacred place.
Irminsul is closely inter... Pick your jaws up.
Why is it that Paimon just wants to do the opposite of everything he says?
Lesser Lord Kusa...
Can you still sense where the heart of Irminsul is?
Yes.
Permission granted. Go ahead.
Let's go.
Hey, so... Say we did go running off in here. What would happen? What are you smirking at?
I was just a man. Anything's pop...
Just shut up, dude. Let me attack him, God.
These sapling things have spread out.
What,
Those are
you
all
really-
packets of information from inside Irminsul. Be careful not to touch them.
The location's changed. Looks like we've been transported to another path. How about you touch them, buddy? Have your mind explode.
It looks the same in every
This space is indeed unusual, but it seems that the ballad... I couldn't really read the whole thing. You're not really gonna... Oh my god. I can't actually go off the path. What? You're gonna do something? I get too far, buddy? You
No
too scared to be
wonder he
alone?
mentioned about getting lost. Huh. What do you know? He was actually telling the truth.
Shut up.
Is he mocking me again? What is it this time?
There's a time and a place to lie, but this definitely isn't it. So why don't you relax your guard a little?
Kaya should be at Jafar Tavern right now. Let's go see him.
We're here.
What a huge tree!
This is the center of Irminsul. All the information in the world is flowing through
Lesser
it.
Lord Kus,
Good, you made it. Are you ready?
ready when you are.
Then please begin. Preparing to access cognitive currents. Establishing waypoint.
The Balladier's actually doing what Nahida tells him. Guess he must want to stay alive.
He hasn't put up any resistance, and he seems good at working on the front line. Maybe he had a similar role in the Fatui. First Araba and Sawada's stories, now this. What a strange individual.
The rest is up to you. If you discover anything at all, make sure to share it with us.
Will do.
Huh. For once, we're the ones with nothing to do.
Traveler, Paimon, would you like to talk?
Nahida? Is this a telepathic conversation?
Yes. I've also invited Paimon to join.
Huh? What the? We can talk to each other inside our heads?
I'm guessing that you don't want to disturb the Balladeer.
That's part of it. Plus, we're all friends. There's nothing wrong with us talking like this once in a while.
Paimon's never tried this before. This is great! So, Paimon's been wanting to ask you something. Don't you think the Balladier's a bit of a walking contradiction? He's always talking back, but he seems to listen to what you say.
Yeah, and he seems to excel at doing odd jobs for
As
others.
I've told you before, there are still some mysteries for him to resolve. Things that are clear as day to me, but that he has yet to understand. Perhaps today will be the day that he finds some answers.
It is about his past. The betrayals and the other events in Inazuma?
Well done. Smart and attentive as always.
Actually, I caught a glimpse of a few things when I ran to Hypatia at Partis DI.
So, you made contact with that part of his mind. Well, it's true. Betrayal turned the Balladeer into the person he is today.
There was literally one betrayal. His mother basically getting rid of him, but that was also because she wanted him to have a better life, but he didn't know that. That's the only thing I can give him. All the rest of it is bullshit. Oh, your friend died, so that was the betrayal. It wasn't his choice.
Huh.
Like, fuck you,
I
dude.
thought
You're
nothing could get
insufferable.
under that guy's skin. Turns out, he can get hurt and angry just like anyone else.
No, it's stupid.
Everyone has a history, Paimon. Even if you're a puppet created by the Electro Archon.
Speaking of puppets, we ran into two people at the Academia today talking about an essay. Turns out their topic was about the Tatarasuna incident. Nahida, do you know anything about that?
If you mean the mysterious events, the Kabuki Mono and so on, yes. I know about all of that.
Really? Because from what they were saying, it sounded like lots of Tatarasuna's history is still unexplained. And most of the information we have now is just from people filling the gaps with their imagination. At least that's what they thought.
Oh? How interesting. Those two managed to deduce quite a lot through guesswork alone.
So the Gese got it right?
Well, they guessed right about one thing. Tatara Suna was sabotaged.
Must be a riveting conversation you three are having.
What makes you think we're talking to each other?
Don't insult me. You're having a private conversation without me. Of course you do.
So, have you found anything yet?
Still looking. Don't...
Wait, how did you know about that? Did Nahida tell you?
It's not like we've never met before. And anyway, you're world famous. It'd be more surprising if I didn't know a few things about you.
Every conversation with you is hard work, but your attitude is better than I thought. No.
Right now, we have to keep the peace. I'm not... Huh? Wait.
This light, it looks similar to those saplings. What could it be?
Anonymous data.
Hey, don't you forget the agreement. You have to share it with us.
Shh. Just wait.
Mr. Niwa, are you certain this is worth the risk? We are talking about Tatara Suna's furnace, after all. It may not pay to act rashly.
There's no one else who can enter the furnace. It has to be me.
Is that so? Well, since you insist.
It's...
That name. Niwa was the man charged with Tatara Suna. Plus, he belongs to the lineage of Ishin art.
Whoa!
Let me guess, he lost control because he saw that. Or they're been
I have
sucked
been in Tatara Suna for some time now. You have shown me great hospitality, as has Mikoshi Nagamasa, and indeed, everyone else. Under your leadership, Tatara Suna is a warm, welcoming place. Like a giant village. People are gainfully employed. Their lives have purpose. They are motivated. As I understand, the Raiden Shogun has, in recent years, eliminated much of the evil that plagued Inazuma. As for Tatara Suna, it was originally established as a means of safely disposing crystal marrow.
The timer's...
'Cause every night I will save your life, and every night I